Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Megan of Missy Magley Cosplay, and I would love it if you joined me as I recap my weekend at Montreal Comic-Con 2024. Predictably, I had a wonderful time, so if you'd like to enjoy the good vibes, or you'd like to see what it's like to attend a convention as a cosplayer, this is the video for you. Now without any further ado, let's get into it.
Sadly, I could not take my very own Spot with me, and so I had to spend time assuring him that he is a good cat and a pretty cat before heading off to Union Station to begin the journey to Montreal. I was ceaselessly entertained by the model trains on this train car, and the view was lovely, so it seemed like but a moment before we were arriving in Montreal, eager for the convention to start.
Okay, pardon how tragic I look, but we just got in, and as you can see, once again we are staying in residence. I am staying in the exact same room except one floor up. So I'm even looking at the same tree I was looking at last year, just one floor up. Good morning! Happy Friday! I know some cosplayers do that steamy content, so maybe I should give it a try. So, you guys ready for that? I don't think you're ready. Trust me, this is as steamy as it's gonna get. I'm as spicy as milk. With my hand for reference, what do you think? Do you think these heels are high enough? At all. I'm gonna be huge. Okay, almost done getting into Poison Ivy. I did something new this time, which I've never done before ever in my life. And that's to glue on fake nails. Like ridiculously long fake nails. I have put these on gloves before, but never on my actual hand, so this is new. They're so overwhelmingly large, and it makes it impossible to do anything. I don't know how anybody does anything with these on. So I'm gonna get the rest of my costume on. Obviously I had to put the corset on before I put these on. As you can see, I'm in my Poison Ivy costume, and just getting ready to go to Montreal Comic-Con day 1. I'm a little warm like this, but hopefully I won't melt, but warmth is good for the flowers. Alright, we just arrived and I'm just getting settled in. I need to neaten up my wig a little and just maybe take a moment to breathe, and then we are going to head in there. Woohoo! How are you feeling, Mr. Cameraman?
I do my trademark.
He's not on the camera right now.
Well.
I'm doing well. There's going to be a tally for Dad Chuckle and number of times he says, I'm doing well.
After approving this excellent messaging, it was off to the main cosplay area to enjoy the swiftly growing crowd, pose for some pictures, and catch up with friends.
Montreal Comic-Con day 1. I'm not going to say what I always say, which is, wow, I can't believe it's busy on the first day. It's busy. We're just checking out the show floor. I'm not sure how long I'm going to manage on the show floor. It is packed. I am in, a kind of fluffy costume, so I never want to squeeze by because I don't want to disturb you, Anyway, so we're going to explore this, and then I think I'm just going to head out and just chill.
Naturally, Ivy had to fill Harley in on all the latest gossip. After that, I stopped by the 360 booth, which is a wonderful way to check to make sure the back of your costume still looks okay. And that was about as much of the show floor as I could take for Friday, so we headed on out to our usual haunt. There I was delighted to fangirl over some spectacular cosplay and catch up with some wonderful friends.
So that is a wrap on Toronto Comic-Con on Montreal Comic-Con day 1. As you can see, I removed my claws and I am delighted about that. I'm in the process of removing my makeup, but I also have to, and this is what I'm pointing at here, repair this because this broke. But you know what? I'm not too mad about it because it broke 10 minutes before I was planning on leaving anyway. So I'm just going to fix that up super quick, then I'm going to pack everything up. Everything else is already out for tomorrow, so I think I'm just going to relax. Woohoo! Trying to get my eye bags to go down. I'm an adult. This is root beer, by the way. Diet root beer. So good morning from me and my eye bags. Today is the day that I get my photo op with Denise Crosby, Gates McFadden, and Michael Thorne. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a little while before I start putting on my data makeup. It's just after 8 a.m. now, and for me, I have to put in my contact lenses first for many reasons, and those you try not to wear for more than 8 hours. So the moment I get those contact lenses in, I'm sort of on the clock. I'm going to try to make sure that I spend as little time in those contact lenses as possible, so I'm going to try to not put those in too early, and then I'll start the makeup process. Contact lenses are in. It is such an interesting look. It really, I think, takes the Data look to the next level, because those yellow eyes. You can see though why I had to do that before doing my makeup, because first of all, technically you are supposed to do that because you don't want to get makeup into underneath the contact lens, because anything that's underneath the contact lens is going to be chafing against your cornea, and your tear ducts can't clear it, versus anything that's like next to it, your tear ducts could clear, or anything that's on top of the lens, you could actually clear, and your eyes could get rid of it. So you have to be very careful to not get these tiny particles of makeup in there to avoid, you know, fun things like corneal ulcers. The other thing is that when I put in my contact lenses, my eyes tear so badly. You can still see it's, you know, I did it about 2 minutes ago, this one, and it's still tearing because the makeup is water activated. So if I put these on last, what would happen would be that my makeup would run and I'd have to touch it up. So now I'm going to put on my makeup. I'm not looking forward to that. And we'll go from there. As you can see, first layer on, what I do is I paint, I sit in front of the fan's going right behind this, and I let it dry for a couple minutes, then I powder, then I go in and do the next layers. Second layer on, you can see I focused on the places that are the hardest to blend, which is around the eyes, the nose, and around the mouth. Really anything that moves is challenging. So the process is slow. I'm gonna sit here for a moment, let this makeup dry, because the worst thing you can do with water-activated makeup is to fuss with it too much. Really just working patiently and not getting frustrated is the most important thing with water-activated makeup. All right, that is hopefully the last layer of the white on. So there are actually a couple of tricks that I use to make the white makeup look even. One of the tricks is to obviously work in layers. I also use a sponge to apply it. A lot of people have a lot of success with a brush and they do this crisscross motion. I've never had success with that. Another thing that I do is I use powder between each layer, because powder really helps even everything out, because it has a little bit of white pigment in it. Another thing that I do is I do a little bit of contouring. Then contrast that exists between a gray contour and the white face makeup draws the eye away from contrast between any place where you can see my actual skin poking through versus the white makeup. Another thing I do then is I also use, and this is partly because Data is a little bit skin toned, he's not stark white, is I use a darker color that is a skin tone in order to help blend it in. Again, because it's not stark white, that makes it, that kind of hides the imperfection. And thing number 6, I think, is that what I also do is I take that glitter and put it over top, because again, Data's a little bit shiny. He's actually quite sparkly when you look at him. A reflective surface actually really helps even everything out. See the difference a wee bit of contouring makes? And I haven't even put the skin tone or the glitter on yet. Makes a big difference, so woohoo! Maybe she's born with it, maybe she's a Sung type android. So as you can see, this is now the full makeup. I've got my lovely pale eyelashes, because Data has such lovely pale eyelashes. So what I'm going to do now is wash my hands before I handle my costume or my Picard's costume. I'm going to obviously put on my wig, I'm going to put on my costume, and then I have to paint my hands. And I hate painting my hands because I'm at the stage where I'm like, oh, I just want to get to the convention. Anyway, I'm going to try to do this quickly so we can get out and get going. Super. Greetings. I am honored to be here with Captain Picard, and we are about to embark upon Montreal Comic-Con Day 2. We hope to see you there. We've already had a guy look at us and look away very quickly. It's like, it's okay, you can stare. I know what I look like. This form of transportation seems less efficient than a transporter, but I am told that this is traditional. And the humans here seem to be enjoying it, so I shall as well. I'm having way too much fun with this. I have not been Ms. Data since forever, right? Like, this was my very first cosplay ever, and the reason for that is that I love Data, so I'm having a good time. And the nerds have emerged from their basements, wearing strange costumes to shield their pasty skin from the moonlight. Yeah, so we're here, and I'm about to put my phone away. We'll see how much vlogging we get done, because we got places to be, people to see. Montreal Comic-Con Day 2, let's fucking go. We have Data here. Things are going well. I'm having some makeup smudging here and onto the collar there, and it's on my wig as well. So sadly what I now have to do is I can't show off the pips I made. I'm brushing my hair over my neck. So anyway, I'm trying to remain calm because I have the most exciting part of my day coming up, which is of course my photo op. So I'm really excited about that, and I want to stay calm for that, and I also want my makeup to look as good as possible for that. So yeah, ooh, looking forward. I'm going to pretend that this is the bridge of the Enterprise. So I'm just going to sit here for a couple hours. I have not been this comfortable in days. This is the softest chair. Yes. How are you doing, Mr. Cameraman?
I'm doing well. It looks
Got
like a
another
captain's
one.
chair.
What?
It looks like
It
a
does look like
captain's
captain's
chair.
chair. Tough luck, Captain. I'm in it right now. Data's in command. Helm or factor H. Engage. There we go.
Many thanks to Paul for giving me the good vibes that allowed me to make my way on over to what was arguably the best place in the entire con. That blessed corner of the show floor where Star Trek and Star Wars were living in harmony.
I'm so sorry Chakotay left you there. You shouldn't have done that. That was wrong.
Getting some interesting readings, but there's been some odd radiation in here all day. Proceed with caution.
I was feeling pretty wilted there for a moment, but then I ran into the Trekkies, and I am now on top of the world. I feel incredible, I feel amazing, and you know what? The meaning here, the message here is that Star Trek's, oh my god! That was the best thing ever, oh my god! Yes! Okay, so that was the best moment ever, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So the meaning of that is that Trekkies are the best, and clearly so are Star Wars fans. Yes, let's get it poppin'.
Finished it today with
That's
getting
incredible.
more.
Oh my gosh.
Because there's Will Wheaton, if I can make it a little.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, oh my
Brent
gosh.
Spiner, Jonathan Frakes, Picard, and I got him to put
Engage.
No, okay.
Denise
That is-
Crosby, Will
He
Wheaton,
is so sweet in person.
Michael Dorn, John Delancey, Martina Strud, Gage McFadden, that was last year, and LeVar Burton.
Oh my gosh.
That's an interesting.
Amazing. Okay,
You're a
so
big
I'm about to go
fan
in
then.
Sure.
for my photo op.
I wanted
I'm
to-
screaming, crying, throwing up, etc., etc. Bye. Have an agreeable photo op. I'm screaming, crying, throwing up because I'm about to meet them and it's not going good. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be great. But people were taking bets about whether or not I would be more panicked this year or less panicked. So far it's less because, you know, last year. I'm going to stop talking about that at some point. But anyway, I have to stop filming now or they're going to like yell at me. So, bye. And then the moment for which I had been preparing finally arrived. I had my photo op. As you can see, I had a wonderful time. And I hope they did too. Just had my photo op. I don't even know who I am. So I'm feeling great. Even though my makeup has like melted a little bit, now I just feel awesome. Like I'm so happy. I had a moment there where I was feeling pretty tired and I like genuinely thought I was gonna pass out because I could feel my vision doing this. And so my incredible Picard said, how about you have a little bit of orange juice and some Pepsi? And I was like, good idea. And so I did, and then it revived me. So just, I mean, I would not be here without my Captain Picard. So, yay! Engage! Engage! Jaffa, Crete! We have the Q being over there. Stunning. Data to Enterprise. Data to Enterprise. Captain, is your communicator functioning? Is your...
Indeed.
It is functioning?
Yeah,
Please.
To be muffled.
We will contact Transporter Chief O'Brien because clearly there is a malfunction in the transporter. Did we have a good time?
Yes.
We did. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yes!
Well.
Woo! Sunday morning dawned bright and early, and with it my enthusiasm for the day ahead. I'm just about to get into my Catwoman costume for day 3 of Montreal Comic-Con. Yesterday was really awesome, so I'm really looking forward to today. So I'm hoping that it goes well. I'm also hoping that I can stay cool. Yesterday, I think I got myself a little dehydrated. I think perhaps I hadn't had enough to eat. The real soul-type android would not be bothered by this, but my system started overheating. So the plan for today is to go get something signed. To go get this signed today. This was a really, really awesome moment. They were so thoroughly lovely. It's a very quick moment. This was even faster than last year. I realized they were kind of letting us linger last year, which I wasn't trying to linger. Absolutely not. They were so thoroughly lovely. And now that I know how nice they are, I'm a little nervous because if somebody's a jerk, you're not scared, right? You're like, you're a jerk, whatever. If somebody's nice, you think, I want to make a good impression. I know lots of people have fancy ways of keeping their brushes clean, but I do not have time to clean all my makeup brushes between uses at a convention, so this is how I do it. Just sort of wipe them off on my hand. So you can see poison ivy wiped off on my hand. Isn't that classy? Just, you know, some light makeup for the morning. All right, Miss Kyle and Mr. Himmel are ready for the convention. We're very excited, and we're both a little warm, but I think we're gonna have a good time, right? Woohoo! How are you doing, Dad?
I am doing well.
Oh my goodness, such a surprise! All right, we have arrived at Montreal Comic-Con day 3. We're gonna get into it, and we're gonna have a great time. My brain is, I think, compressed by this cowl, so it's not working properly, but yeah, I'm excited.
After receiving some peace and positivity, I headed off to get my photo op signed.
I even went in for a few selfies along with the signatures, which was both the experience of a lifetime and an excellent challenge to my social anxiety. Not to mention, I felt very validated by the compliments I received. So, I survived by the skin of my teeth. They're so lovely. They're so nice. Poor old Micro Thorn looked at me and then was like, sorry. That was awesome. I freaked out way less than last year, probably because I'm practiced at it, probably because I'm, you know, I'm a little more settled. Like I know the vibe. I am so glad Denise Krause was here. That was so fun. So it was awesome. Yay! Here at the panel. You're not allowed to film, but just while the panel is going on. It's okay to film beforehand. So very excited. Still getting over being called sexy kitten by Rebecca.
The day was drawing to a close, but you wouldn't know it from the atmosphere in the room. Lots of photos, lots of chatting, and some good vibes were the way I rounded out my Sunday afternoon.
All right, so that is a wrap on Montreal Comic-Con day 3. As you can see, I am a little shiny, but that's just because I have had a wonderful time. Believe it or not, this was less warm than last time, than yesterday, so that is awesome. All right, I will see y'all later. Goodbye. It's a Bowser and Blue song about this.
Crossing René Lévesque meant that we were on our way home, and I enjoyed the last few hours of post-con reverie before the return to real life.
And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me this weekend, whether that is online or in person. If you'd like to check out some more of my con vlogs or some of my crafting or sewing videos, you can find all of that in my channel. Liking, commenting, or subscribing is of course very much appreciated, but I'm just happy you're here. If you'd like to see more of what I do, feel free to check out my content on my socials. Now, until we meet again, take care, and I'll see you next time.